OSI. So, what is OSI? OSI expands to Open System Interconnect Model. It was introduced in the year of 1984. Now, why OSI came into market? Let's imagine. It was introduced by ISO, expands to International Standard of Organization. This ISO you might have heard a lot of places multiple times. Now, ISO plays very important role in standardizing things. Imagine that you buy a plug point from Kashmir and this socket from Rameshwaram or South India. Still, they fit each other. So imagine this gap, hardly like a in we measure. Even there's a 3 difference between this gap and this gap, obvious that it won't fit in. Correct. So who is standardizing all these things? ISO. That's why we always try to buy ISO product. ISO has two major category things. One is the quality, standard quality. Also, the standard, the way to make it so that it becomes compatible with other things also. Similar way, ISO standardized the way computer should communicate. Now, before OSI came into market, the Lenovo PC and HP PC, they cannot communicate because the way Lenovo is made different, the HP made is different. So there are different ways of creating it. That's why they don't communicate. That becomes a very big problem. Imagine a company is buying thousands of HP PCs, and out of which 10 failed. Because 10 fail, that becomes a very huge problem to us. Because we have to wait for HP to give us more PCs. We cannot simply go and buy some other company PCs, right? So that's why ISO standardized with the help of OSI model, and OSI is a 7-layer model. As of now, we do not use OSI because it became legacy. But OSI is very important also in terms of interview because your other model, the model which we have like TCP/IP model, is made based on OSI model only. So if you understand OSI, your TCP/IP model becomes very easy to understand or easy. So the 7 layers are here: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. Now, as we already finished CCNA, now it becomes very easy to understand. Physical layer handles or takes care about all the physical cables or hubs. All these things comes under physical layer. Data link layer takes care about switches, MAC address, whatever topics you have studied in switching, like HTTP, Ether channel, all these layer comes under data link layer. Network layer deals with the networking layer 3, the routing, OSPF, static routing, all these routing protocol stuffs is handled by network layer. Your TCP or UDP protocol, how the data has to be transferred from one point to other point is taken care by transport layer. And top 3 layers are session layer, presentation layer, application layer, which network engineers do not use it or troubleshoot on. Now, a data when travels in each layer, right, it is going to have a different names. For example, when data is on the wire, it is zeros and ones, like bits and bytes, it's coming. It is termed as bits. When data is getting added, when I'm adding the source MAC address and destination MAC address on top of data, it is termed as frame. When you add source IP and destination IP on top of data, it is termed as packet. Then when you add transport layer information on top of data, it is termed as segment. And this entire column is termed as PDU, protocol data unit. So depending on what header I'm adding, we have different names given to it. So here you can see the different terms. We have physical, data link layer, network, transport, and application. This is nothing but the 5-layer model they have defined because we work on mostly in the bottom 4 layers only. So we got something called different names. So when I'm adding data link, it gives a name of frame. Then we got IP packets. Then we got name of segment when you add the head of TCP IP. So physical layer, it's very simple. No need to do it all because it's very easy. Transport layer, very important. Now transport layer is new layer that you might not aware of. The first 3 layer, they simply think about your basic cables, switches, and routers. Transport layer deals with how the data will be transferred from one place to other place, and there can be two types of or two ways using which you can transfer data. One is using TCP and second is using UDP. Now TCP is a connection oriented stuff and UDP is a connectionless. You can simply see the funny diagram of how the data is being handled carefully and how they are throwing it. So that's how when data will be handled here. Now, transport layer is a very crucial part of OSI model because that decides how much importance I have to give to my data. So TCP means transmission control protocol and UDP means user datagram protocol. When I'm using TCP, my data will be handled very carefully, whereas in UDP, it is not being handled carefully. Now, when you have a sender and receiver, if I am sending data as a using TCP method, each and every data I am sending, I should receive a acknowledgement packet. Without acknowledgement, I will not leave. So for every data I'm sharing, I should receive an acknowledgement also. Then you got UDP, user datagram protocol, meaning if I'm sending a data, I will not wait for acknowledgement and all. It's the UDP one, user datagram protocol. I will not wait for any sort of acknowledgements. I just sent it. TCP is used. Imagine that I'm downloading a file from Google, uploading a file. All these informations are done by TCP. UDP is used for all live traffic, like streaming video, music videos, your whatever streaming live uses UDP, user datagram protocol. Okay. Even the transport layer takes care about other things also like segmentation, flow control. Segmentation means imagine that I'm having a very big data of 2 GB and I'm gonna send over a 10 MB link. So there must be someone to break them into pieces, right? That is done by segmentation, nothing but transport layer. So it will fragment them into small pieces. Even when it receives, right, the receiver can rearrange the data in a proper way with the help of something called sequence number, and sequence number present will be in the transport layer only. Next is flow control. Flow control means imagine that you have a data which is, we imagine a sender is sending a data in a very fast scale, very rapidly they are sending it. So what if we have data loss? So in that case, if it is transport layer, what I'll do, it can inform the sender, hey, I'm having lot of traffic. Please slow down your speed. This information can be sent using transport layer informations like TCP. Flow control is also managed by transport layer. Next, as I informed you, we don't work on session layer, presentation layer, application layer, but still, what is session layer? Now, session layer is used to uh, maintain a session. Like I can say, create a session, maintain a session, and terminate a session. So imagine that you are trying to log into your Gmail account. Okay. So now session layer is what helps you in creating that session and maintaining the Gmail account also. So imagine that you open a Google Chrome website, Google Chrome browser, and you got first tab as Gmail tab, second tab will be your maybe your net banking, online banking website. After opening, you go for a 15 minutes break and come back. Your Gmail will still be logged in, but net banking will be logged out after 5 minutes of inactivity. Who is doing this? Session layer doing this because it takes care about managing your entire session. Next is your presentation layer. Now, obvious that data has to be presented in a proper way to the end user, right? Now, who is going to maintain the presentation of data? Like translating between application layers. It handles encryption and compression and even translation also. So how the data will be presented to the user in forms of MP3 format, MP4 format, JPG. All these things will be carried by the presentation layer. At last, we have application layer. Application layer is not equal to your application like Chrome or Firefox and all. Application layer is like a layer using which your Chrome application interacts with the internet. So any softwares on your computer that need to have access to the internet need to go through application layer only. I imagine I'm using a VLC player. In VLC player, do I need to have application layer on it? No, not required. But if I'm having Firefox, in that case, I need to have, right? So like that, depending on which software I'm using, application layer is required. Think about application layer, HTTP protocol, FTP, SMTP, domain name system, DNS. All these things comes under application layer only. There are different protocols that work in different layers. As you can see, I want you guys to simply read once. You can remember like two or three in each. Now, if you have any question in this, please ask me. Okay, I think with this, we are completing our entire CCNA program. If you have any doubts or questions till now, please ask me. And this batch, the job group addition and review is done, right, already? Or is still pending? Any questions, doubts, guys? Please ask me now.
Sir, what will be the next process now? Like we have completed the portion, and what will be next
Are you part of?
regarding regarding the job assistant and also?
So you are part of job group or not?
I haven't got any group yet in the WhatsApp.
Mm, I think in that case, your G review is not done. So we follow. First, we have to give you the feedback form regarding this class. We'll
Okay,
do it now. Kindly fill out this feedback form. We are sending it now in the WhatsApp group, everyone.
okay,
Now we're going to go with the batch closing procedures. And first process will be the feedback form only. I want you guys to fill the feedback forms now and please let me know once it is completed. Back. WhatsApp लगाना. And have you guys finished your labs and all?
yes, sir.
So as I informed you guys, for any future support, you have to not Manishes. You are not doing labs. Afzal has done some labs. Manish and Shaikh Altaf Sufyan. Please unmute yourself. You can unmute everyone. The class is over now.
Yes, sir.
You haven't even created.
Yes, sir. I have done some of the labs. I just want to upload it. That's it.
Yeah, please do that.
Yeah. I'll
And Manish,
I'll
what?
upload it by end of the class.
First, please create folder now. You not even created folder.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. And kindly fill out the form now, guys. Certificates will be given now. We'll be emailing you guys.